Hey, what is up everybody, it's Animac here for Anime Uproar, and both the One Piece manga and Film Red have just given us some major reveals about Shanks, Buggy, and their secret origins. Secret origins that are directly connected to the infamous God Valley incident. Shanks is practically confirmed to be a celestial dragon. Buggy could be the biological son of Rox the Xebec. And Roger knew everything because it was all a part of his master plan, so let's get into it. Before we start, quick warning that there have been a bunch of scammers in the comments claiming to be Anime Uproar and offering like giveaways through Telegram and other apps. We do not use Telegram, this is not us, this is a scam, and we will never do a giveaway without mentioning it in the video itself. So please be careful. If you see someone in the comments talking about a giveaway and you didn't hear it in the video, please ignore it. We try to ban these scammers from the channel as much as we can, but unfortunately they're bots and they keep popping up. If you are not a bot or scammer, please leave a like and comment on this video to help us out with that YouTube algorithm. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button while you're here, it means a lot. Finally, this video will contain One Piece manga spoilers and spoilers for Film Red, so please proceed with caution, you have been warned. For a very long time, the entire One Piece fanbase has been wondering how Shanks and Buggy ended up on Goldie Roger's crew at such a young age. It certainly isn't common for a powerful pirate crew to have numerous preteen children as its members. And this is something that Shanks himself explained to Luffy way back in chapter 1. Young children don't belong on a pirate ship. And yet, ironically, even as young children, Shanks and Buggy were on the crew of the most infamous pirate in modern history. And since we know that both of these children would one day grow up to be emperors of the sea, it really makes you wonder what their true origins are and how the two of them ended up on Roger's ship. For many years, fans have speculated that it could all be connected to the mysterious God Valley incident, which took place when both Shanks and Buggy would be about 1-year-old children. Believe it or not, Film Red actually confirms this long speculated connection. A free volume containing interesting facts about One Piece was distributed to people who attended the Film Red screenings in Japan. And this volume revealed that 38 years ago, Roger found a 1-year-old Shanks inside a treasure chest on God Valley. Yes, you heard that right. Shanks was found on God Valley. The same place where the epic battle between the Rox pirates and the Roger pirates and the Marines took place. So, what was the God Valley incident? 44 years ago, Rox the Xebec formed an unbelievably stacked crew on the pirate island of Hachinosu. As all of us already know, this crew included a young Whitebeard, Kaido, Big Mom, Shiki, Silver Axe, Wang Ji, and Captain John, among others. But Rox wasn't just your average pirate. He wasn't interested in becoming the Pirate King. He openly declared war against the world government, and he vowed to become the king of the whole world. The Rox pirates waged war against the world government for 6 years. And then 38 years ago, Rox and his crew attacked a mysterious island called God Valley. According to Sengoku, multiple celestial dragons and their slaves were present on God Valley at the time of the attack. The world government was extremely committed to saving these celestial dragons and to defeating the Rox pirates, and so they dispatched a powerful force of marines led by Vice Admiral Garp to God Valley. And if that wasn't enough, the world government actually teamed up with one of their mortal enemies, Goldie Roger and the Roger pirates, in order to defeat the Rox pirates together. Garp and Roger were the ones who led the battle against Rox, and according to the information that Sengoku gave us, in the end, Roger and Garp won, Rox was killed, the Rox pirates were disbanded, and from that day forward, Garp became known as the hero of the Marines. In Film Red, the Gorosei state that Shanks is actually a member of the Figarland family. And who is the Figarland family? Well, we don't know, but this family is clearly well known to the Gorosei. The Gorosei expressed concern that Uta, a major character from the movie, is Shanks' adoptive daughter. The reason why they're concerned is because being Shanks' daughter also makes her a member of the Figarland family. This implies that Shanks' full name is Shanks Figarland. And when we combine the fact that the Gorosei are clearly aware of this family and that the importance of this family name concerns them, with the fact that baby Shanks was found by Roger on God Valley, where celestial dragons were confirmed to be present at the time, it seems almost certain that Shanks is a member of a prominent family of celestial dragons whose surname is Figarland. Roger found Shanks inside a treasure chest at some point during his battle against Rocks on God Valley. Now, Shanks might have been hidden by his parents inside that treasure chest in order to escape being killed by Rocks, or Rocks might have kidnapped him and placed him inside that treasure chest because he considered the baby just another part of his loot. But either way, in the end, the baby ended up in Roger's hands. For whatever reason, Roger couldn't return the baby to its parents, so he decided to raise Shanks aboard his own ship. It's possible that Shanks' real parents were killed, and so Roger had no way to return the baby. Or it's possible that if Roger had tried to return Shanks to the world government, they would have accused him of kidnapping the baby, which would result in an all-out war between Roger and the world government, because there is no greater crime than kidnapping a celestial dragon's baby. Whatever the reason, Roger decided to keep Shanks, and this single decision was the catalyst for the entire One Piece story. Just think about it. If Shanks hadn't been a pirate who came to Fuchsia Village all those years ago, Luffy may never have set out on his pirate adventure, and the One Piece story as we know it could not exist. Full disclosure, I haven't had the opportunity to actually watch Film Red because it is currently only airing in Japan. But a huge shout out to Arthur, Library of Ohara, for sharing these insane reveals about Shanks on his YouTube channel. Arthur saw the movie and made a video that provides a ton of great information about what actually happens in Film Red and how much of it may or may not be canon. So definitely check that out. I will link Arthur's video down in the description. Now, of course, many fans will be wondering just how much of Film Red is actually canonical to the manga. The information about Baby Shanks being found by Roger on God Valley is almost certainly canon because it appears in that free volume I mentioned earlier. This volume was officially written by Eiichiro Oda and is separate from the plot of the movie, so it can be considered canon even if the movie itself is not. In terms of the events of the movie itself, some of it will likely end up being canon, including the existence of Uta, and Uta herself has already been teased in the manga. At the same time, not all aspects of the movie may necessarily turn out to be canon. For example, Shiki from Strong World became canon in the manga, even though some events from the movie do not appear to be. And honestly, if we really think about it, Shanks being a celestial dragon would explain a lot. The fact that a Yonko and one of the most well-known and notorious pirates in the world was able to sneak into Pangaea Castle during the reverie and gain a private audience with the Gorosei seems pretty freaking unbelievable. But if you consider the possibility that Shanks is actually a member of a prominent celestial dragon family, then this strange situation suddenly becomes a lot more believable. After all, Marijois is the homeland of the celestial dragons. The Gorosei themselves are celestial dragons. And if Shanks is one of them, then no wonder he has the knowledge and connections to infiltrate Pangaea Castle and gain an audience with the Five Elders. And for all we know, Shanks may have used his celestial dragon connections many times before. He may have even used these connections in order to locate and steal the Gomu Gomu no Mi right under the world government's nose. Shanks being a celestial dragon would change everything we thought we knew about him and the Red Hair Pirates, and it could also explain so much about Shanks' ultimate goals and plans. Clearly, Shanks doesn't agree with the discriminatory views that most celestial dragons seem to hold about other people. Clearly, he doesn't support the world government because he decided to become a pirate. And clearly, he has his own agenda that doesn't align with the agenda of the world government. But what is he really up to? Who is the Figarland family, and what role have they played in the political affairs of Marijois and the world government at large? Is Shanks still in contact with some members of this family, and are we going to meet them eventually? What I'm saying is, does Shanks have a hot celestial dragon sister? These are all deeply important questions, and they are bound to be answered soon because the story is in its final saga. Let me know down in the comments whether you accept the theory that Shanks is a celestial dragon. And if it's true, how do you think that this reveal will affect the rest of the plot? Oh, and if you're on Team Saint Shanks, definitely subscribe for more Saint Shanks content in the future. So, if Shanks was found on God Valley as a baby, and if his origins turn out to be a major twist that involves the celestial dragons, then what about Buggy? Buggy is the same age as Shanks. He was on Roger's ship as a young child, just like Shanks. So does this mean that Buggy's secret origins are also going to turn out to be a massive twist that is important to the story? I mean, I guess he could end up just being a random orphan who happened to be the same age as Shanks and who happened to be also taken in by Goldie Roger. But the far more likely scenario, at least in my mind, is that Buggy was also found on God Valley at the same time as Shanks. I mean, I really doubt that Roger is just going around adopting homeless babies on multiple separate occasions. Since they are the same age, Buggy could technically be Shanks' twin brother, and maybe we just don't see the resemblance because of Buggy's whole clown aesthetic. But I think that if the two of them were brothers, the Roger pirates would have told them, and we would have known that by now. It's more likely that they just happen to be the same age. But then, if that's the case, where did Buggy come from? I guess it's possible that Roger found him at another location at a totally different time from Shanks, but that would be a pretty big coincidence. Roger finds two children on two separate occasions and takes both of them in like he's some kind of daycare. If these were just ordinary kids that he met somewhere along the way, it would make a lot more sense to put them in like a foster home because that would be a lot safer than having them living the dangerous lives of pirates. This is why I think that Buggy was found under similar circumstances as Shanks at the very same location, the island of God Valley. It's possible that, just like Shanks, Buggy lost his parents on God Valley and Roger took him in because he would have died otherwise. But this doesn't mean that Buggy has to be a celestial dragon like Shanks, since having both of them be from completely unrelated celestial dragon families would be kind of redundant. Buggy could have been the child of slaves who were there on God Valley along with the celestial dragons, or he could have been the child of one of the Rock's pirates, perhaps even Rox D. Xebec himself. Now, this idea that Buggy could be the long-lost son of Xebec didn't really occur to me until I saw it mentioned in the comments of my other One Piece theory videos over and over again. I guess most of you guys figured out that I do read the comments, and that when I see comments that contain interesting theories, I end up talking about them in a future video. This must be the case because I've been getting a lot of well thought out theories in the comments lately, and I love it. And as I said, it turns out that this Rox D. Buggy theory is actually quite popular in the comments section. So the idea is that Xebec had his 1-year-old son with him when he attacked God Valley. And once Xebec and his crew were defeated, poor Buggy was left on his own. Roger took pity on him just like he took pity on baby Shanks, and so these two kids were brought aboard the Oro Jackson. Buggy, being Xebec's son, would definitely explain why Roger couldn't leave him with foster parents or anything like that. The world government was determined to erase every single trace of Xebec, and if they ever caught wind of Buggy's existence, they would have eliminated him without a second thought. In fact, Buggy's entire clown attire could have been a deliberate ploy by Roger to conceal Buggy's true identity by disguising him as a clown. Maybe without his clown getup, Buggy bears a strong resemblance to Xebec. And if Buggy hadn't disguised himself, the world government may have caught on the connection between him and Xebec. I like this theory because if Buggy was Xebec's son, then that would make him a member of the D clan, and the will of D could be partially responsible for Buggy's seemingly unrivaled good luck. I mean, this man just keeps failing upward. He literally clowned his way into becoming a Yonko, and if it just turns out that he happens to have an epic backstory and important lineage, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Oda has been hinting at the fact that Buggy had an important part to play in the One Piece story for literally hundreds of chapters. And although he is often used for comedic relief, there has to be something that explains Buggy's insanely good luck and his continuing relevance to the story. A compelling backstory that includes a secret connection to Xebec would certainly explain a lot. The issue we have here is that Buggy hasn't really shown any interest in Xebec or the Rock's pirates, while another character, Blackbeard, seems to be deliberately following in Xebec's footsteps. A ton of people really like the theory that Blackbeard is the orphaned son of Xebec who has been plotting his revenge against everyone who brought his father down for 38 years. Blackbeard is a year older than Buggy and Shanks, so he would have been 2 years old during the God Valley incident. This means that Blackbeard could also theoretically be Xebec's son, and he could theoretically be Buggy's older brother. If there is a secret connection between Buggy and Xebec, Buggy himself seems oblivious to it. And this could be explained by the age difference between him and Blackbeard. If both of them are the sons of Xebec, Blackbeard is just about old enough to remember what happened at God Valley, or at least some parts of it. While Buggy almost certainly wouldn't remember anything, he was only like 1. So, unless the Roger pirates told Buggy about his true lineage, he just wouldn't know about it. Meanwhile, Blackbeard could still remember the truth. And since we know that he wasn't taken in by the Roger pirates, he may have escaped God Valley along with some other members of the Rock's pirates, and they may have filled him in on the truth. So, if this theory is correct, we may see a massive showdown between two long-lost brothers, Blackbeard and Buggy, both of whom are now emperors of the sea. Now, of course, Blackbeard is, on paper, much stronger than Buggy. So if some sort of conflict goes down between them, Blackbeard is the heavy favorite to win. But at the same time, you simply cannot count Buggy out. The man is extremely crafty and extremely lucky, so you can't underestimate him. Personally, I'm pretty confident that the Shanks theory is true, and that Shanks comes from a prominent family of celestial dragons. As for Buggy, his secret origins are far less apparent, but the theory that he might be the son of Xebec and the brother of Blackbeard could make for some interesting family drama during the final saga of the story. And if it's true that Shanks is a celestial dragon and Buggy was the son of Xebec, just imagine what Roger could have been planning when he decided to take both of them in. So much of everything that has come to pass in the One Piece world was planned by Roger. And I honestly can't wait to get to Laugh Tale and learn the full truth about Roger's master plans. What do you guys think? Is Shanks a celestial dragon? And is Buggy the son of Xebec? Could Buggy and Blackbeard be brothers? Or do you have a better theory about Buggy's secret origins and how he ended up on Roger's ship? Don't forget to leave your thoughts down in the comments below. I always love hearing from you. If you enjoyed this video and you want us to keep it coming with that One Piece content, leave a like and comment right now. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. And if you haven't taken the time to subscribe yet, do me a big favor and subscribe right now, and also hit that notification bell to turn on all notifications. That is a completely free way of directly supporting the channel, and it means a lot on YouTube. You can also hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at AnimeUproar. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.